All right, to our next story. You know, the Amotekun Corps, also known as Western Nigeria Security Network, was a child of circumstance. The need to sustain the Amotekun momentum cannot be overstressed, therefore. Now, the Ekiti State Government has recruited an additional 404 personnel into the state security network. For the records, the Amotekun is also known as the Agro-Marshal and Anti-grazing Corps. The special advisor to Governor Biodun Oyebanji, Ebenezer Ogudana himself, a retired brigadier general in the army, said the recruitment is the icing on the cake for the state security architecture. Let's share this story with you. Come with me.
It is another step forward in the quest for peace and security in Ekiti State. 400 new recruits have officially joined the ranks of Amotekun Corps and the Agro Rangers.
Are we going first
the local
to
security
BKO?
outfits charged with protecting lives and properties across the state.
Can you hear me?
The passing out parade held in Ekiti was filled with color, pride, and a renewed sense of duty as Governor Biodun Oyebanji, represented by his special advisor on security, reviewed the parade and commended the officers for choosing to serve. Governor Oyebanji said the recruitment of the new personnel is part of ongoing efforts to strengthen grassroots security and tackle issues like kidnapping, robbery, and farm invasions head on.
These people are joining a structure that is already on ground. We have Amotekun, we have Agro-Marshal, and we have Anti-grazing fully on ground. These people is to beef up the strength of what we have on ground.
The new recruits, who have undergone weeks of intensive training in community policing, intelligence gathering, and bush combat, will be deployed across all local governments in the state.
We have been advising them to be responsible to the state and ensure that the state is properly put in security perspective to address crimes in the state.
Residents and traditional rulers at the event say they feel more confident with Amotekun on the ground, especially in rural areas where security presence is often thin.
You know, peace is costly. You know, security is such an important aspect of it. Without a secure environment, how can you have a developed society? So,
in addressing security challenges in Nigeria, Ekiti's model of community-based security offers a homegrown solution. And for these 400 new officers, the mission to protect and serve is just beginning. Adeola Aderibigbe, TVC News, Ekiti.
All right, we'll go back to Aman BKO. BKO, so here we are. Amotekun is going places. How do you weigh in here?
Yes, I am happy that the governor of Ekiti State is one of the governors who truly values the place of Amotekun in Southwest security. We won a decisive war some years back when the then governor of Ondo State and others pushed hard for Amotekun, and they eventually got President Tinubu's backing, pushing the then Attorney General to agree for Amotekun to be created, but that each state should come up with its own law to allow for a home-sourced security initiative, because regionalism was unconstitutional, and they were seeing the idea of Amotekun, a security outfit for the Southwest states, as a form of, as a way of bringing back regionalism that was no longer known to our constitution. So you see that in Lagos State, there was no need for Amotekun because we already had the neighborhood corps, based on a bill introduced by the Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Mudashiru Obasa. So each state came up with its own law, so that it doesn't look like it is a regional security outfit, which was the fear of people at the center at that time, led by the Attorney General of the Federation. invariably, these states were allowed to create that security outfit. Ondo State has done tremendously well. Osun doing well. Now we are seeing Ekiti State also doing well in that area. What this governor has done that has necessitated strengthening Amotekun in the state and having the having a security outfit that will be looking after the security of farmers, which is Agro-Rangers. Agro-Rangers has already been used effectively in Borno State. Now we are seeing Ekiti State coming up with Agro-Rangers as well, because one notable achievement of the Banji administration that people don't talk about is the resuscitation of the farms that Awolowo
established,
instituted in those days. Yes.
Yeah.
Awolowo had those farms in different parts of the southwest
at the time.
The western region at that time. So, and those farms were lying fallow. The same way the one in Fashola close to Oyo State was lying fallow, and the Oyo State governor revived it. The governor of Ekiti State has revived some of those farms that Awolowo created in those days. And for that reason, there is a need to protect the farmers. The governor also has a program that has incorporated the young people, youths, into farming and is yielding dividends. So he knows that one way to discourage people from embarking on agriculture is to not protect them, to not give them the maximum security that they need to be able to access their farms, to be able to move their produce from point to point. So beyond even providing, roads to make those farms more accessible, he is providing security. And that is why they are recruiting more people into Amotekun, more people into the Agro-Rangers. And the Nigerian Army has undertaken to help them train these people.
Yeah.
So it's a win-win situation, because once they have the training that they need and they are prepared to work in synergy with the police, once people are arrested, it is not their duty to prosecute. They hand over to the police.
Yeah.
The police will then do the needful. So you can see community policing working. State police is not here yet, but we'll make do with what we have. Community policing is what we can do effectively now under the law. So that is what Ekiti is doing. They are recruiting more people into the Amotekun Corps, into the Agro-Rangers, and they will be working in tandem with the police to apprehend criminals and get those criminals to face the long arm of the law. So I'm happy. And you can see Ekiti is becoming more and more secure, because a lot of the forests are being cultivated now, because Ekiti is coming up with probably the biggest cassava farm in our country. So they want to cultivate and tractorize as many fields as possible. And the more they do that, the more they deny these undesirable elements, places where they can hide and kidnap people. Yes, so this is what we are seeing, and I think the governor deserves kudos for the foresight.
And why not? Mayor, where there's a will, there's a way.
Yes, we should not forget how Amotekun came to be.
Okay.
The Fulani herders.
Bless his soul. Arakurin.
Yes. The Fulani herders were moving from the north, and they were infiltrating the southwest, especially in the Okeogun area of Oyo State.
Okay.
And it became a major problem. You remember that was what brought up Sunday Igboho and all the noise about Yoruba Nation and all that. They are killing our people and all that. And the governors of Southwest met and decided to come up with this security outfit. That has been very effective, especially in Ondo State, because like you said,
Arakoni really believed in it, and it was like the arrowhead of the project. And subsequently, they've done well, because that is what we try to explain to other governors, especially in the Northwest and the North Central, that they must come up with a security outfit that will be an alternative to the security architecture as presently constituted. And in those states, Amotekun has been able to do a lot of things. Ditto for other states in Oyo State, now in Ekiti State. And recruiting more personnel will help strengthen that security, because most of these Fulani herders and bandits and people and these criminal elements, they domicile in the forest in all these states. So it is important for you to be able to recruit people within that area who are conversant with that area. They know the terrain, so it's easier for them to be able to police those forests and then make arrests and hand over to the police.
I'm looking at the recruitment helping to decongest the labor market, if you see what I mean.
Yes, that's part of it, yes. But even, it is not because the personnel, okay, 400 is important, but it is what they will achieve with those 400 men. Because by providing security, because you know that part of the problem that we have with this food crisis within the country is that a lot of farmers in the north could not access their farms because of the security situations. So if we provide security for people who are going to provide the food that is needed, it will have a multiplier effect. So that is more important than the recruitment itself, because their job basically is to make sure that they provide security for people in their farms, so that they won't think of some criminal elements who call themselves herders. And so that is the way to go. In fact, I expect the governor in no short time to even recruit more people, because the more you have boots on ground, the better you'll be able to handle the security challenges.
All right. Dear Governor Oyebanji, we wish you well. In fact,